LSRW: listening, speaking, reading, and writing.
Perfection does not exist in this world. If you want to be perfected, either you will be a god or you will be any other person who can't make mistakes. How I handle myself: positive self-talk, positive affirmations. I know I can speak English.
We can learn English without learning English. We can learn English without learning English because we already learned grammar from our school. But that is not sufficient. There are so many people out there, they are good at grammar, but they are not able to speak. People can read. People, whenever they listen to somebody, they can understand what they are talking about. Everybody has desires in their life because our life is designed like this. But we do not get what we desire. We only get what we deserve. To convert your desireness into deservingness, you have to go through only consistent, directed, self-motivated efforts. CDSE, one of my all-time formulas. We have to be consistent, we have to be directed properly, and we must be self-motivated. And we have to put lots of effort into it to get the better result. So my dear friends, to become better in our communication, spoken English is one of our desires. But don't think only that desire is enough to get the result. You have to do something. You have to make some changes in your day-to-day life. There is a powerful statement. It goes like this: if nothing changes, nothing changes. I repeat one more time. If nothing changes, nothing changes. So you have to be ready to make some changes to achieve whatever you want to achieve in your life. Thank you so much, Amritpal sir. Today, I have a special guest with me. He is not only a guest, I would like to address him. He is one of my best friends and my brother, Amritpal sir, who is really highly enthusiastic about communication skill in his communication journey. Thank you so much for joining with me, sir. Happy evening. Welcome to the session.
Thank you so much, Nofal sir, for inviting me here. I'm very ecstatic today because the expression I use to express myself, that is ecstatic, beyond happiness. I'm ecstatic today to be here with you. Let me introduce myself first. About myself, I am Punjab born and bred. I reside in Bathinda. I hail from Punjab. I work as a chemical engineer. I have been interacting with the people since 2021. I have been interacting with different people, and I speak on abstract topic. And as a source of inspiration, Nofal sir is there. I embarked my journey in 2021, and the person who is in front of me today, he inspired me to learn this language. Yes, sir, I am here. So I'm looking forward to communicate with you today. Thank you, sir, for inviting me here.
I supposed to say thank you so much, sir, for your invaluable participation today. And I believe this session gonna help our viewers to get better in their communication skill. And that is the first and foremost intention behind of this discussion as well, because people can understand.
Yes.
Somehow, so
Yes.
people are confused. Okay, they wanna improve their spoken English, their communication skill, but they are somehow, stuck somewhere. They don't know which method they have to be followed, how to improve their English communication skill, because there are so many resources, abundance of ways to improve our English communication skill. And today we're gonna share your experiences so that our audience can listen to you very carefully and they can take that advantage. What are the challenges you faced, how you became fluent in your English. So definitely it will gonna help our subscribers, our viewers who are gonna watch our video. So once again, sir, before we get started, thank you so much for joining. So my first question, sir, what was your biggest motivation to become fluent in English?
That is an interesting question, and that sounds great. It is
To my life. When I started my journey as an English learner, I was a self-motivated person. I couldn't speak a single sentence. But when I enrolled into DNA, I became your friend, and half of the problem has solved. I started my journey as an English learner through reading books, listening to podcasts, vocabulary spectrum, verbal, non-verbal, and started speaking on abstract topics. Those topics helps me to develop my fluency. That is the first thing. And second thing about psychology. As we know, Sandeep sir always telling their students about psychology, 80% habit, 80% psychology, 20% are habits. They really work because it enhances my knowledge, it enhances my creativity. And I look at this language from different point of views now. I use expressions, I use idioms, the nitty gritty of language. I because they helped me a lot. So when I started learning this language, it was very challengeable for me. But what things motivated me? That is my self-motivation. That is my right mindset because I come up with every session. And I vividly remember the day when I joined your session first time. I was very nervous and butterfly feelings in my stomach. And the topic on spirituality. I couldn't speak and pronounce the word spirituality. I vividly remembered from that moment on. But from then on, I asked one thought in my mind, Amritpal, if you want to become a good public speaker in the future, just change your mindset, change your feelings, change your attitude, and always look positive at the things. So, how I became fluent with these habits, English habits. And I know that it will take a long time to come. And these all things motivated me, sir.
Thank you so much, Amrapal sir, for sharing your experiences. And definitely, as everybody knows, it's gonna help them to understand the challenges, the motivation that we have to have in our mind, especially when we begin a journey, an endless journey. So thank you so much, sir. And of course, sir, I think people have some kind of fear, okay? Fear of making mistakes, fear of grammar, and everybody wanna be perfect. That is the reason they are reluctant to start speaking. But I strongly believe, sir, we can learn English without learning English. We can learn English without learning English because we already learned grammar from our school. But that is not sufficient. There are so many people out there, they are good at grammar, but they are not able to speak. People can read. People, whenever they listen to somebody, they can understand what they are talking about. But when it comes to speaking, spoken English, they fumble. They don't want to speak. They don't want to open their mouth, especially when they get an opportunity to speak up in front of anybody. Because we are in this 21st century, highly educated, this communication, it plays a vital role. Because no matter what kind of qualifications you have, your designation, your certificates, but if you're poor at communication skills, so that never ever gonna help us to grow in our career development. So in our career path. So thank you so much once again, sir. So you already mentioned, sir, some challenges. Okay. So people want to know about that challenges. So what were the biggest challenges, sir, you faced while learning English?
I agreed with your first point. And let me tell you one more thing about vocabulary. Vocabulary is the biggest challenge in front of me. Not for me, for so many people, because it is monotonous, it is boring, and people don't want to work on their vocabulary spectrum. And English is a tricky language. We know from different point of views, the context of one sentence, it changed. It changed. Suppose you have one word that is perseverance. Now, most of the people they can't pronounce this word, but perseverance has different meanings. I have perseverance and I know my ability to speak in English. Now that player has a perseverance to play in a sport. So it has different contexts and different sentences to use them. Now, when people started learning this language, they don't know how to use it. And you know what it takes to become a one level and who want to reach from one level to another level, it takes you a lot of patience. A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. If you want to check your knowledge in English, because most of us, why we feel that this language is very challengeable? Because we don't know the consequences. If results won't come, we give up. And when we give up, it means we don't own our English level. When I started my journey in this English level from basic, it takes 3 years to approach at intermediate B2 level. Now I tested myself on B2 level. And I know from B2 level to C1 advanced level, it takes more than 1 year again to reach there. But again, we come to the foremost point of fluency, the challenge. The first is vocabulary spectrum, and second is confidence. People don't have confidence. They are very knowledgeable. You have piles of knowledge. You have bundle of certificates. But if you are not confident in communication, then how are you able to speak with people? You have to grow your confidence. Give your exposure to this language. When you are giving exposure to this language, definitely you will get the right results with the right methods. And another thing, what I feel now, this is also a big challenge for me. It is like a giant elephant in the room, and it is not fit. And that is intonations, my mother tongue influence. When I speak, people judge me. Amritpal, you are from Punjab, you are from Batala, because you have that tone. You are from Kerala, and I know that your Malayalam language is reflecting when you are speaking. My past experiences, because sir, English language has one model, LSRW: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. During childhood, when a child born, he learns the language from listening. And when we read book, we reiterate the language, then reading and then writing. These 5 skills. So if anybody wants to become a fluent in this language, what the challenge I face in these 4 skills, you have to have B2. We have seen a lot of speakers, good communicators. When I compare my English with Shashi Tharoor, where I am, sir? I'm ashamed of my language, but I don't compare my language with Shashi Tharoor. C2 speakers, they are C2 speakers. But this is a challenge for me to work on this language relentlessly. Otherwise, I forget the words I use today. And sir, one more thing that is very challengeable for me. Suppose you ask me one question. Amritpal, tell me how to be a consistent in this language. And I will give my answer in consistent, perseverance. I use these words. But when you ask me, Amritpal, how do you celebrate your birthday every year? I need different vocabulary. I need different expressions. I need different idioms, similes, metaphors, expressions. So if we want to become good at this language, just see these challenges as opportunities for you to overcome. And sir, I know that the language and the inspiration you got from outside and the self motivation you have, definitely you will become a very good proficient speaker C2 level one day. Yes, sir.
So grateful to you, sir, because you explained the things in detail. People can understand everything. Because, as you said, sir, challenges are opportunities. For whom, sir, the people who have positive mindset. The people who have negative mindset, challenges are problems. So when you want to do something, if I take example, learning English, so we have to face so many challenges, obstacles, right? We have to have that mindset in spite of all these challenges. If I have decided to improve my English, I'll do that. I have to spend some time for that. I have to do something because to come out from that comfort zone, it is very, very important because we habituated surfing social media platforms, spending our time unnecessarily. We have to do something, right? Doing nothing and expecting so many steps, it's never going to happen. If you want to improve your English, you have to go through that process. You explained listening, reading, watching, speaking. Also, you divided the speakers in different levels, basic, advanced, A, B2, B3, C1, C2, like that. So of course, sir, we never ever compare with anybody. Comparison, that will demotivate us. You can compare with your previous self when you started your journey. So what was your level? Where you are now? In this way, we can compare our growth. So thank you so much, sir, once again. So I just want to ask you one more thing, because uh, everybody knows there are so many techniques to improve their spoken English. And there are so many channels as well, and some pages on Instagram, Facebook. So what are the techniques or methods you use in your day-to-day life to enhance your English, sir?
I strongly believe live on live sessions with people. This is my first method. Second method, I am applying sometimes. Stand in front of the mirror, I speak about my day, but occasionally it happens. But live on live sessions is the technique I use. In your sessions, previously I watched mirror shadowing technique where people talk about you. And before the session, I watched that video with Sharjah man. It was fantastic video. And I go to know that, okay, how it works. And for me, live on live sessions, because when we are able to speak on this virtual sessions, we should go for other sessions. We should go for offline. Now I am very comfortable with online sessions. I know that the next step is to go offline to show my confidence. And also, sir, these techniques will only help you when you work on yourself, when you every day make one video. And I know that you are making these videos always more than me. Then you are very enthusiastic, very energetic, very charismatic person you are to engaged with people. And now I am here, you invited me, and like me, you invited so many people to this platform to speak with you. But now I feel very happy because again, you shown that, okay, I have to interact with people and I have to get the knowledge with the right minds. So, sir, live on live sessions with people. And second is mirror shadowing technique. That is very fantastic. Third is writing a journal. Writing is very important. In one of the sessions, I remembered your words. Writing is like a walking, and speaking is like a running. And those words still I have in my mind. And I just reflecting these words every day in my daily routine. So, sir, I want to say one thing here. If we want to improve ourselves in this language, exposure to this language is very important. And every day, just for 30 or 40 minutes, we should work on different skills, on different writing, reading, everything. Yes.
I second that, sir. Thank you so much for sharing, the things you are following since for a long time. And I agree with your points. Of course, when I done one session, live sessions, that is very, very important, because we put ourselves in a kind of danger zone, I can say, because we will have some problems, some butterflies in our tummy. Then only we can overcome that fear of English and fear of making mistakes. Where there is fear, where there is challenge, there is only growth. Okay, and I'm so happy because you somehow you still remember our some previous conversations, and I'm so happy for that. So there are so many techniques you already mentioned. Okay, and creating that environment also very important. For instance, sir, how a child can speak their mother tongue. The child doesn't know what is language, grammar, mistakes, nothing. Even though a 4-year-old child can speak, right? It is only because of that child observe the parents, surroundings, right? So when it comes to English, we are that much perfect. We are making so many mistakes in our mother tongue, but there we are not that much perfect in grammar, and we believe we are fluent. We believe we are fluent. But English is not like that. But my dear friends, here This is the same method. Okay, how you started speaking your mother tongue, the same way you can start speaking English as well. Just make up a mindset like this. I spoke about that environment. You have to read, listen, watch, speak, but things must be in English. Watch English videos, listen to English podcasts, read English books, and it is not only gonna help you to enhance your English skill or English communication skill. It will be helpful for you to enhance your thought process as well. You can see some changes in your personality, in your mindset. So we have to follow this habit, which is our English environment. And he also explained about that mirror technique, shadowing, imitating, and we have to participate in group discussions as well. Instant topic discussions, storytelling activities, public speaking session, and wherever we get chance to speak up, we have to utilize it. Also, if you go somewhere, for instance, bank, hospital, pharmacy, wherever you can create that English environment, just try to convey your things in English. Nobody gonna judge you. Even if anybody judge you, it's okay, not an issue. Create that environment and invest some time for that, okay? Because we waste our time, right? In 24 hours, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours we might be spent on a social media platform. Just utilize it. Just take maybe 1 hour or 1.5 hours daily basis. You can see that result maybe in 6 months or in 1 year. There will be some changes in your spoken English. So thank you so much, Amritpal sir. I want to ask you one more question, so then we can wrap up our session. Many people, sir, they are not able to speak. It is only because of they have that fear of making mistakes. Okay, so nobody want to make any mistakes. They want to be perfect. So, sir, how do you handle that fear of making mistakes while you interact with anybody in English?
Thank you so much, sir, for asking this question. This question is usually people ask. Why do people have fear while speaking English? They have one fear of making mistakes. The biggest reason is perfection. I want to speak English perfectly. This is my affirmation. But what is the second thought? Second thought is nobody is perfect. Perfection does not exist in this world. If you want to be a perfected, either you will be a god or you will be any other person who can't make mistakes. How I handle myself? Positive self-talk, positive affirmations. I know I can speak English. Nobody will kill me. Nobody will shoot us if we make mistakes. If we make mistake, it means there is one more chance to learn from it. Suppose I make mistake in vocabulary, I make mistake in verb subject agreement. Okay, I will add one more thing. I think I skipped throughout this session about grammar. Throughout my 2 years, I have been listening from people, grammar is not important, not important. But I will tell you here, grammar is important, especially basic grammars. People judge you on your silly mistakes, your subject verb agreement, because we have modal verbs, can, could, would, should. We have these things. But the biggest challenge here to where you put these words to construct the sentences. Still, most of us, we can't construct the right sentences. So perfection, we can't expect here, but with right method. Suppose if I ask you, are you a fluent person? Are you a fluent person? What will be your answer? I'm not asking about the pace, your speed. That is not fluency. Fluency means the medium you use to speak this language. What is the medium? What is the mechanism? Grammar. Grammar is the mechanism. And if you make mistakes in front of any teacher, definitely you get 6 out of 10 because they judge you on your silly mistakes. And people can't accept you when you are a very proficient speaker. If I say Naufal sir is a very proficient speaker, but when he make mistakes, I can't digest and tolerate it because this is non-acceptable. The speaker like you who make people understand. So that's why, sir, I will say that it's okay to make mistakes. But it is not okay to repeat the mistake again and again. Learn from your past mistake. So what I learned still now, there is one book here. There is a different topics. I think more than 150 topics I have covered over the last 6 months. And that's why, sir, I am able to give your answers here. So thank you so much, sir, for inviting me here. Again, I will make one conversation with you. I'm very excited to learn things from you. And for this channel, I always, because God always with you, because you are carrying the right things with the right mindset to helping the people. Thank you so much, sir, with my folding hands.
So I supposed to say thank you so much to you, sir, because you shared so many things. And I know how it's gonna help our viewers to get better in their communication skill. And I agree with your points. You said, sir, we can imperfectly perfect. Do not chase that perfection. As a beginner, I note down one point, sir. Grammar is important. Of course, I agree with that point. But as a tyro, as a beginner, what you have to do, you have to start speaking. Just need to open up. But once you become confident, at that time, you can just evaluate yourself. Then you can do some self-correction. You must understand where you have to correct yourself. If it is grammar. If it is pronunciation, you have to give little attention on that area. So in this way, we have to observe ourselves, give some time for that. We have to do some self-correction. Then we can reach out that particular level. And one another thing, so, people, especially if I talk about that mistakes, okay, without making mistake, we never ever able to achieve anything in our life. It is a part and parcel of this journey. You have to accept it. Accept you're gonna mistake because you are a learner. There is a wonderful formula, and my all-time formula, it goes like this: something plus acceptance equals to positive emotion. Something plus non-acceptance is equal to negative emotion. So if you are ready to accept that situation, for instance, if anybody criticizes you, judge you, if they make fun on you, it's okay, accept it, because you are just started, you are a learner. That mindset is very, very, very important. So thank you so much, Amritpal, sir.
Thank you so much.
You shared
Thank you
so
much, sir,
many
from
things with me. And
thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. How can I express my gratitude towards you? You invited me today after a long period and after a long span of time. I'm really grateful to you, and keep shining with this rhythm, and Almighty will always help you. Thank you so much, sir.
Wishing you the same, sir. Thank you so much. And I'm so grateful to you, sir, because you dedicated that valuable time with me. And it gonna motivate our viewers, our audience as well.
Definitely.
So my dear friends, just watch the video fully. And as I said, definitely you get something, because today we had a wonderful discussion on the topics, whatever things we discussed right now. It is not fake things, real life experiences, how Amritpal sir has improved in his communication skill, his confidence, how he is able to speak like this. It's not happened overnight. He had gone through some struggles, challenges. When he started, he already mentioned, he couldn't pronounce the word spirituality. So everybody, when they started without making mistake, nobody did anything in their life, even it is in spoken English or whatever it is. So I'll come up with some quality steps as well, as you know, in another video. So till then, take care and bye. Thank you so much for watching once again.